Remember fidget toys? I never really thought they helped that much. My kid has a different opinion. She says keeping her hands occupied while she's concentrating on something is helpful. For a lot of people, fidget toys are the default idea when they think ADHD gifts. Not on this list. Here's my take on some great ideas for that ADHD person on your list. There will be the requisite affiliate links down in the description if you're interested in checking these things out. And yeah, I should have made this video before Black Friday, but you know, ADHD 2020. Besides, whether you have ADHD or you're one of those weirdos who don't, you're likely doing some last-minute shopping. The Make a Decision pad. This could be helpful for everyone, not just those with ADHD. It helps you break down the nuts and bolts of any tough dilemma to make a choice. And sure, you could do all this yourself on a legal pad, but isn't it easier when there's already a pre-formatted template? How about a hide-a-key fake rock or an electronic door lock? And I swear I didn't mean for those to rhyme. Even people who have systems in place to help them remember their keys are gonna forget them from time to time. I like the Schlage, however you say it, Schlage Sense Deadbolt. There's a link. And there are also a whole bunch of other options out there. Electronic deadbolts are great because you just have to remember a 4-digit code. It's harder to lose than a physical key because it's in your head. Also, you can make separate codes for other people to open the lock, and when you don't want them getting in anymore, you delete it. How about a weighted blanket? Now, your mileage may vary, but a lot of people with ADHD swear by them. I'm not sure I buy into the whole thing about how they help regulate hormones like serotonin, melatonin, cortisol, but I can say that my weighted blanket has helped me get to sleep and stay asleep. Same for my kid. Amazon's Alexa, if you know somebody who still doesn't have one, the 3rd generation of the Dot is only $25. Man, there are fancier, more expensive models. ADHD or no, Alexa can be really useful. In our house, we use it to decide what to wear. Alexa, what's the weather? If you've already got one, you're welcome. Alexa, tell me a joke. You can make lists, which is great, shopping lists or other lists. You can set reminders, and you can use Alexa as a timer. And of course, the whole point of the thing in the first place is you can order stuff directly from Amazon. Or you can organize the old-fashioned way, a planner. Personally, this has never worked for me. I can't tell you how many planners and calendars I've bought and left blank, but I'm gonna try it again in 2021. I'll keep you updated on the channel as to whether it works. This time I'm going with the Panda Planner because I've seen it recommended various places and it looks good to me. There are places to remind yourself of yesterday's accomplishments and experience the whole gratitude thing, and there are ways to help you plan your priorities for tomorrow. And my wife, who's not blessed with ADHD, uses one called Rocketbook. That one's cool because you write in it with a special pen, and when you're done, you can erase the whole thing by putting it in the microwave like you're a spy. Also, it has an app for scanning and uploading what you've written to other appropriate apps on your phone. Google Drive, Evernote, Slack, email, Dropbox. And now Panda Planner and Rocketbook have teamed up to make one combining their ideas. Still going with a non-Rocket version because I never want to erase stuff. How about a mug that keeps your coffee warm? I can't tell you how many times I've started my day at the computer and then glanced up only to realize I've spent an hour and a half on something and my coffee is room temperature. A company called Ember makes one that can stay hot for up to an hour and a half on a single charge. Of course, it's expensive and not dishwasher safe. My way is to use a Contigo thermos. It keeps my coffee warm pretty much all day. It's got a ceramic coating, so it's like drinking out of a regular coffee cup. And the best part, it doesn't spill. I've wrecked a lot of keyboards with coffee. For kids, it seems a lot of people like to suggest sensory toys or things like slime or kinetic sand or Play-Doh. As a parent, I can tell you those last 3 are no bueno. This stuff is from Satan, especially if you have carpet. I hate slime. In my house, good old Lego does the trick. The great thing about Lego is the flexibility. You can hyper-focus and build something exactly like it looks on the box, or you can completely make up your own thing. When I was a kid, it was all making up your own stuff because all you had were the square bricks, and you had to use a lot of imagination to think your airplane was actually an airplane. But speaking of square pieces, if you don't want to keep track of a bunch of Legos or wish you had to step on them in the middle of the night, there's Minecraft. Some of you are typing how that choice sucks right now. My kids both love Minecraft, Minecraft, and it's a great tool to foster creativity, teach time management, teach prioritization, and it keeps them calm. Of course, some kids can go overboard with it, but you should always limit their screen time. And yeah, pretty much any kid that's allowed to play it already has it. You could download it for next to nothing on a tablet, but there are other ways to give Minecraft gifts. You could buy them the PC or Mac version of the game. And there's one specifically for Windows 10, but from what I understand, you can't use your worlds and coins between platforms with that one. If you built a Starbucks on your Windows 10 machine, you can't visit that Starbucks on the Mac version. Can you even really build a Starbucks? I don't know. And there are versions for other gaming platforms like the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Switch. I almost said Stitch. I'm so not a gamer. I'm an old Gen Xer that grew up with Atari 2600 installed out at Nintendo 64. Another thing you can do is buy gift certificates for Minecraft coins to buy things in the game. Fitness trackers are a great thing for adults and kids. I have a Garmin Phoenix, which ain't cheap and is kind of overkill for most people. My wife uses the Fitbit that looks like an Apple Watch. Also not cheap, but the older version's a reasonable $150. My daughter is asking Santa for the Fitbit Ace 2 for kids. At first I thought the idea of a Fitbit for a kid was ridiculous, but then I started thinking about how encouraging kids to care about their health at a young age is something we should all do as a collective, society at large, because we're a large society. Maybe if my daughter has a Fitbit, it'll lead her into a healthy lifestyle so she doesn't grow up to be a fat slob like Dad. Plus it has bedtime reminders, timers, an alarm, and a stopwatch. And it's got a smartphone call alert if your kid has a phone. A good old-fashioned timer can help kids with their executive functions, whether they've got ADHD or not. It actually helps some adults too. The Time Timer mod is great because it gives an extremely clear visual of how much time is left. I'm always setting timers to limit TV watching, to show them when we have to leave for school, to keep them motivated at cleanup time. I gotta get one of these. I'm gonna get one of these. A point-and-shoot camera is also great for kids. Now, Nicole has this, which is a little bit overboard for younger children, but this company called Wowgo makes a great little camera for kids at whatever age they understand what a camera is. There are other kid cameras out there. We had the Kiddie Zoom for a while, but this Wowgo one has a nice big screen and really easy to understand controls. Kiddie Zoom was a little confusing. And I know I'm being picky, but the Wowgo has a single viewfinder, which is great because it matches what normal cameras have. The Kiddie Zoom had two viewfinders, which was just weird, and a lot of them only use the screen, which is also the downfall of this little camera. It takes 12 megapixel images, 1080p video, it has a selfie timer, and it can shoot in burst mode. If only it shot raw. I think Santa might be bringing one of those for my younger daughter, an odd little creature who doesn't have ADHD. Hey, did I leave something good out? Let me know in the comments. If I earned your subscription, please hit the button and the bell. My kid also makes videos. I'll link her at the end. Thanks for watching. Stay out of the comfort zones.
Welcome to Nicole and Control. Today we're talking about body odor. By the way, did you know people first started using deodorant just about 100 years ago? Before then, everybody had stinky armpits and nobody cared because it was normal.